Good morning, everyone. My name is Probationary Firefighter Matthew Morales, and today my drill is going to be on PPE and SCBA. So I'll be going over the different pieces of equipment and the different components that are allocated to us for our personal protective equipment, and then I'll be going over the SCBA after that. So I'll go ahead and field all questions at the end of the drill, and I'll start by going over the purpose of our drill. So the purpose of our PPE and SCBA is to protect us in IDLH situations, both in emergency operations and non-emergency operations. I'll go ahead and talk about the helmet first, go over the different pieces of equipment that go along with our turnouts, including the hood, gloves, our boots, turnout pants, and suspenders. So I'll start out first with the helmet. So this is our structural helmet. It shall be donned during all emergency operations outside of EMS and brush, and it shall be donned during outside drilling as well. So this is the MSA Cairns 1044 structural helmet. It's got the following components. It's got its outer shell, which is made up of fiberglass. It's got your 8 tetrahedrons, which are made of 3M material here. It's got a TPR rubber piece of equipment here, which shall remain on the helmet at all times. On the underside here, we have our suspension and retention system, as well as our impact cap and our chin strap. So the suspension retention system is basically how the helmet will sit on the user's head. It can be adjusted both in ride height as well as in the size of the user's head. The chin strap is 3/4 inches wide, 29 inches long, and it's got a zinc plated postman slide here. We also have the integrated eye protection, which shall be done during all emergency operations where you need eye protection. In addition to that, we have our front mounting bracket, we have our leather shield, we have our front holder, we have our side passport holders here, and then we have a nickel-plated D-ring here. And then we also have our ear laps, which are made of a Nomex material, and they are to be worn on the back side of the user's head, so to protect from thermal exposure to the head and the neck and the face. Next is our firefighting hood. This is a Majestic Apparel firefighting hood, which is made up of a lensing and a Nomex blend. It shall be donned before we put on our structure firefighting coat, and it is rated, it abides by the NFPA 1971 standards, and it is rated to 700 degrees in thermal environments. Next piece of equipment is our structure firefighting turnouts. This model here is the FXR Fire-Dex manufacturer here, and this shall be worn during all emergency operations for firefighting purposes. The way that this is made up is in 3 layers. We've got our outer shell here, we've got our moisture barrier, which is on the inside, and then our thermal liner, which touches our skin. The purpose of the outer shell is to prevent any abrasions, any cuts, and it's also the first line of defense against thermal exposure. After that, on the inside here, we have moisture barrier, which protects against all bloodborne pathogens. It is also rated to protect against level 2 hazmat exposure here. The purpose of this is to prevent any liquid from coming inside, but it also assists in allowing perspiration, sweat from the inside, from the firefighter to escape. And on the thermal liner, in conjunction with the moisture barrier, dissipates the sweat, and it makes it so that the user can stay cool, but it can also, it also makes up for 70% of the thermal protection from outside exposure to heat. In addition to that, there's also air channels between the thermal liner and the moisture barrier, which are pockets where the hot air and the hot gas can be trapped and not expose the user to burns. That is why it is extremely important to never touch a member's shoulders, any part of their turnout coat with your hands during a during a fire, because you can disrupt the thermal pockets, if you will, between the turnouts, and you can potentially burn the user. So next I'll go over the different pieces of equipment that I carry in the various pockets in my turnout coat. So I have a piece of webbing here that'll be used for either slinging tools aloft or tying off hose lines. I have my face piece pouch here, which houses my face piece, my glove holder here, and in my right front pocket I carry some shears in case I need to cut anybody out of a car, get the car seat straps or seatbelt straps, if you will, removed. In addition to that, we have our flashlight holder here. We have our radio pocket, and that's all the pieces of equipment that I carry on my turnout coat. So these are our structure firefighting boots. These are the Thorogood Hellfire boots made of rubber vulcanized material. They also have a steel shank on the underside, and that's to protect against any punctures from the ground or any screws that we may come across. It also has a steel toe cap, and this shall be worn at all times with your turnout pants. So next is our turnout pants. Attached to our turnout pants will be your H-shaped suspenders, which have a shark skin grip to go on top of your shoulders. They'll be attached at the back and in the front of your turnout pants. The turnout pants are made of the same exact material as our turnout coat. So it's got your outer shell, your moisture barrier, your thermal liner. And in addition to that, you have various pockets here. So you have a pocket here on the right side for a radio. You have your two front pockets to carry various pieces of equipment. You have, this does not come standard, but you can add this at a later time. You can add a leather pocket to carry your channel locks, your wire cutters, any other pieces of equipment that you would like. So inside of my turnouts, I carry in the front right pocket utility tool, which is an assortment of Phillips and flathead screwdriver heads. I have a utility knife. I have some electrical tape, and I have a redwood plug, as well as another utility tool here. Front left pocket, I have my piece of webbing here. I have a brushed rubber band. I have a ladder strap, a couple ladder straps, a couple rubber bands, and another redwood plug here. And lastly, like I said, my channel locks and some wire cutters here. And then I carry a pair of work gloves at the front left, on top of my top left pocket. Now for identification purposes, we'll need to label each of these pieces of equipment as follows. So you'll have your last name labeled on the back of your helmet here on the back brim. For the hood, you're going to label with a felt marker on the inside bib. And then on your turnout coat, you're going to label on the back side of the coat 1.5 inches. It can either be marker or some sort of reflective embroidering. It shall be 1.5 inches font, at least 1 inch above reflective, the lowest reflective tape. You can also label it on the inside piece here with a pocket. And then for our turnout pants, they shall be labeled on the inside label here with your last name on all of these pieces of equipment. Okay, next I'll be going over my brush PPE. First thing that we have is our brush helmet. This is the Bullard brush helmet, which is rated to withstand light impact. This is only a brush firefighting helmet. It should be adorned with your eye protection, which is up top here, and it has clips. You can label your helmet here on the back side. You also have your same SRS system as our structure firefighting helmet, but it's a little bit more lightweight. In addition to that, we have a chin strap with a postman slide buckle, our shroud, and this is our brush firefighting helmet. Next, I'll move on to our brush firefighting shirt. So this is the Workrite brush firefighting shirt. It has 2 pockets for radios and other pieces of equipment. It has a full zip, It has reflective material on the arms, the lower arm and the upper arm, and this shall only be worn during brush firefighting incidents, and it shall be tucked in with your brush firefighting pants. For labeling purposes, we'll be sure to label the back tag as well as the inside of the brush shirt itself. Next, we have our brush gloves, which are made of a pigskin leather material. These shall be donned during all brush incidents. Next, we have our Workrite brush pants, which are made of a Nomex and aramid blend. It has adjustable tabs here at the ankle to go ahead and protect our feet and our legs from thermal exposure. And it also has cargo pockets here on both the right and left side. And these shall be donned, either these shall be donned or our yellow brush pants shall be donned during all brush incidents. Next, we have our CrewBoss brush coat or brush jacket. This is made of another poly Nomex and aramid blend. This also has various pockets on the front side for different pieces of equipment, and it shall be labeled both on the inside tag here as well as in 1-inch lettering, no more than 2 inches below the LAFD insignia. Next, we have our body armor, which the manufacturer is Point Blank. This has various pieces of Kevlar pads that are inserted into the vest itself, and this shall be worn during any assaults, any domestic violence, any bombings, any sniper incidents, in addition to several other incidents.